by the end of the year, we could see things getting fixed, and it could be so good that Gavin Newsom would have to work overtime to screw it up. Is that what I'm hearing?
When I'm feeling down, I can't win. Pour a strong cup of coffee and I tune in. I'm waking on up to Java with Jim. I know my best day can begin. Yeah.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting episode of Java with the GS. My name is Jim Meyer, broker associate at Remax Gold. Now you have a friend in the real estate business. I'm here with my good friend Jim Chong the Wok Star. Now you have a friend in the publicity business, and we're joined by my good friend Jim Filippi, attorney at law. I've sent him a ton of clients. None of them have gone to jail. Greg Zeman, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm really excited because I found you because we got one of those letters in the mail saying we're getting the people are not going to insure us anymore. I called one person. She told me that we had to bundle all our car insurance with her. And then I called Geico, who we do the car insurance with, and they said, "Oh no, sorry, we can't help you. Maybe call back in 6 months." But here's the phone number for what's it called? The California, whatever it's called.
California Fair Plan.
California Fair Plan. And then I asked Christy Jones from Caliber Home Loans, hey, who do you know that's great? She said, "Oh, call Greg. He's the man." So I guess my question is the future of insurance in California and the rest of this nation. Use your crystal ball. Talk to us, Greg.
Yeah, it's a great question, and it's coming up, on a daily basis as people are receiving these notices and wondering, is there going to be any light at the end of the tunnel? The answer is there is going to, and the Department of Insurance is well aware of what's going on because it's really starting to affect people's livelihoods of where they live. It's also affecting new home buying in this state, which is going to hurt the economy because if people can't acquire adequately or appropriately priced insurance, you're going to have a stagnant property insurance or property market from a sales standpoint. So the good news is the Department of Insurance and the admitted carriers that do business in California are coming to the table, and they have an initiative called the SIS, the Sustainable Insurance Strategy. And the plan is to allow insurance companies to add reinsurance costs into their policy premiums to allot for what the insurance companies pay for insurance, and also to use future risk modeling. So to basically prove and show what they believe they need to charge from a premium standpoint in order to profitably underwrite risk in California. So once we get those type of initiatives passed and enacted, we should see a retrenchment, and you should see, these carriers come back to the California insurance market to then create a nice competitive environment of which you are used to seeing over the last 10, 15, or even 20 years. The plans are to have a lot of this sorted out by November of 2024. It may take slightly longer than that, but the good news is all parties involved have come to the table and are working on solutions to get this be where it's not just such a limited, drought of a market from acquiring new property casualty in the state of California.
Fascinating. So in theory, by the end of the year, we could see things getting fixed, and it could be so good that Gavin Newsom would have to work overtime to screw it up. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's what we're hoping. And obviously, there is going to be some bureaucratic red tape involved. So November is what they've set in terms of coming to terms. I would say when you see what I call rubber meeting the road, or actually it happening in real time, it's probably looking like first quarter or second quarter of 2025 when California consumers will notice a difference perhaps in their insurance options and availability of marketplace.
Wonderful. Okay, Jim, do you have a follow-up question?
Just during this time is so very important to be informed. You may not understand the implications of it, but there are signs that things are going to be a little different in the future. And just a quick comment from you, Gregory. If people were to stay connected, what's the best way to stay connected on the most, on just what's going on, the most important things that are happening in your arena here?
In terms of how can they keep their head to the ground on what's going on?
Yes, yes,
I would. That's a great question. Certainly it's in the news right now. So if you read the Wall Street Journal, or if you read any local newspapers or publications, you're going to be seeing some stories about this. But generally speaking, you want to speak with someone who has experience, is an expert in their field, or other agents. It doesn't have to be me per se, but you want to talk to somebody who has been in the industry for longer than to have a cup of Jim's coffee, because those are really those that have really seen the ups and downs and the cyclical changes and gyrations of the market, to be able to advise. It was before my time, but back in the 90s with the Oakland Hills fire, that really threw things into a major wrench. That actually was the end of guaranteed replacement cost coverage for California homeowners insurance, because what happened at time of loss is, with surge pricing and all of those homes burning down at once, these insurance companies were on the hook for way more than they ever anticipated for and planned on their balance sheets. And so after all of that, that was the end of guaranteed replacement. Now, a lot of policies come with some kind of rider, like an extended coverage or extended replacement cost coverage, but there's no such thing as really guaranteed replacement coverage anymore in California after that major fire event up in the Oakland Hills.
Amazing.
Very good. Thank you.
Our resident attorney, Jim Filippi, is going to have a question, but let's save that for tomorrow. Greg, will you come back tomorrow?
Be happy to be here. Thanks, Jim.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to see you again tomorrow for another exciting episode of Java with the Jims.